TwicebakedJake's with that massive cakey. Right off the bat, this video isn't meant to spread any hate to Jake, nor do I want people to attack him or anything. So if you are one of those people who decides to attack someone just because you disagree with what they're saying, I do not condone that. I just thought this video opened up a good discussion, and I hope people will keep it civil. There's no need to call somebody a grifter or anything, okay? So let's have a little conversation, shall we? And address the new drama, okay? That word has really just lost its meaning nowadays, but anyway. TwicebakedJake's got some flack recently after he posted his newest video, 5 secrets other collectors don't want you to know. Ooh, very interesting, very secretive, very demure. I keep seeing that word everywhere. It's like, I guess it's like cool to say it now. It's freaking, dude, Gen Z, man. Wait a minute. Oh, dude, I'm freaking Gen Z. Not gonna lie, I went about 2 minutes in the video, and the moment he started talking about the difference between first edition and unlimited cards, I kind of signed out, to be honest. I was like, it's that type of video where you say the most basic tips ever. Like, how can you spot a fake card? Do you know that first edition is actually more expensive than unlimited? I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. There's definitely a surplus of people coming into the Pokemon community, so I can understand the appeal for it. But in my opinion, I think he just wanted to get the video done, to be honest. I don't think he really cared too much about the advice he was giving. It started off pretty basic, and it just took an interesting turn, to be honest. It was kind of a plot twist. I had to look twice. I was like, whoa. Whoa, 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 replay that shit right now.
This is going to be the kind of knowledge that really gets you ahead of the game. For examples, we have cards that double or triple in value within the period of a week or two. A card like the Umbreon V from Evolving Skies went from being a $50 card to a $200 card within the span of a week or two. If some places like an eBay store or a trading card shop still has the card price at $50, then fantastic, that's a great value deal for you. So a little bit of information can go a long way. If the seller doesn't know what they're selling, well, so be it. That's a good deal for you. This is a very competitive game, and if you think I'm being a little bit cutthroat, maybe if you want to be the nice guy to let them know and say, hey, you got a $50 card here, but it's really worth $200, you can be that person. I've done that for some people who I think can really learn something from that lesson as well. So it's gonna be up to you, but it doesn't hurt for you to pick up that card if they're willing to sell it for that underrated price. So check out all the different information, because there's plenty more. There's all kinds of little intricacy when it comes to Pokemon card collecting. And I'm not saying you have to know everything. You don't have to know everything, but you just have to know enough to be dangerous. And that's why I tell people to become an expert in a certain field. And you can really weaponize that and be dangerous when it comes to Pokemon card collecting. And you end up spending $100 to get $1,000 of value of cards if you go to the right card show and find the right hidden gems. It happens quite often. So definitely look for these tips. I hope this is useful if you're a new collector, because these are little things that trip people up all the time.
So that kind of advice gets brought up multiple times in the video, in the same vein of, you'll get a really good deal if somebody doesn't know what they're selling, and you could take advantage of that if you know these key differences. He did actually bring up a good point in his video though, saying how you should search your bulk for maybe like playable cards, which I definitely think is a good idea. But the rest of the tips follow this same kind of advice I just mentioned, where, you know, you could take advantage of somebody's lack of knowledge. And this is where most of the criticism is coming from. As you can see, the like to dislike ratio is just not really looking too good, and the comments do not really support it either, saying that Jake shouldn't be promoting people taking advantage of others' lack of knowledge, it's morally wrong, and etc. You know, the stereotypical stuff. Opossum Bud also shared, you know, his perspective on things. I'm not gonna really try to recap what he said, so if you do want to watch it, I'll make sure to link it into the description. Same as TwicebakedJake's Blakey with the cakey video. So for me, at least, I'm kind of in the middle here. I understand the criticism and how it could be morally wrong, but at the same time, I think people should really be able to do whatever the hell they want. And if they do get a really good deal, is that really bad, or are we just saying it's bad and just projecting our envy? We have to put ourselves in the shoes of the argument and think, if we saw a first edition base set Charizard in a garage sale for $5, would you tell the person what he has, or would you just take the Charizard? It's easy to attempt to take the moral high ground by saying it's bad, but once you're in that position, I really think your beliefs would be put to the test. And to be honest, if I was in that position, dude, I'd have to freaking fight demons that are coming inside of me. It'll be a tough decision because, yeah, saying to the person they literally have $1,000 card might be the morally right thing to do. But if you take it, does that make you a bad person and immoral? And if it does, what difference is that compared to getting a card that's half its market price on eBay from a new seller because he doesn't know any better? And that's something you yourself have to make a decision on. And feel free to leave a comment saying what you would do. That being said, I personally think Jake's video wasn't really necessary or beneficial at all, to be honest. In my opinion, I could name many things that would be better tips than what he said. For example, 99% of singles drop after a set comes out. So if you want to save money, don't give in to the FOMO and just wait it out. Another one is don't open sealed product if you intend to pull the chase card. In most cases, it's better if you just buy the card that you want. Now, if you want to open packs for the fun of it, that's a different story. You can 100% do that. It's a free country. Unless you're in North Korea. Basic stuff like, hey, the safest investments, if you do want to, is just to get a few booster boxes of a Pokemon set and sit on them for a while. And more likely than not, they will go up in the future. Obviously, you never know what's gonna happen. You know, frickin' there could be atomic bomb started by aliens who fart in your face. Don't even ask me why I thought about that. You don't want to know. But if you want to invest, that is the safest bet with the least amount of risk. That's why I kind of believe Jake really didn't think too much about his video and just threw stuff together just to post it. Do I think people should go on and attack him and, you know, say he's like devil or something? Of course not. That's stupid. But people kind of taken aback by his advice are completely right to feel that way as well. It comes across as a bit unnecessary and not really the type of advice an individual with a large platform would usually give, especially for him. But Jake can post any videos he wants if he truly believes them. All power to him. All the takes were just pretty goofy because I do think it has some negative undertones to it and sparks a lot of controversy because of the moral dilemma. Is it right? Is it wrong? Morality is very, very subjective and can differ from person to person. So you'll never find two individuals that 100% will agree on everything across the board. It's very, very hard to find that, and proposing that advice to your audience will split up everyone and you will most likely get a lot of flack from it. I do have a lot of respect for him for not caring what people think though. He stood on business, which I, you know what, completely respect. He stood his ground, and you know what, who am I to tell him that his opinion is not worth to be listened to? I personally think it's goofy, but you know what, he has every right to think it's true, just as I have every right to call it goofy. At the very least, something good did come out of this, you know, drama, and that's to make people think about this subject and have a discussion. Keep it civil though. You guys don't have to come at each other's throats or anything, all right? But again, let me propose a question to you, the audience. Is it morally wrong to take advantage of somebody's lack of knowledge, or is it just fair game? That's something that you have to decide on your own. Anyway, that's pretty much all I have to say today. Hope you guys have an amazing day, and I'll see you later, weeps.